Are games art? Oh man, who cares?
The definition of art is something that exists only for itself. It has no other useful purpose. Meaning, a car can't be art because it's used to get you places. And I think entertainment, because that's what it is, can be art.
Are we an art form? It's not even that. Anyone that says no has lost their minds.
I think people talk about this question so much because they feel kind of unrespected. Like the games are not, they're not getting their due, which may be true, but I think the only way to really respond to that is not to complain about it, but to make better games.
I don't believe that games are treated at the same level in regards to artistic integrity that film and literature or stage or music have been, because quite frankly those mediums have been around much, much longer. Gaming is still, I wouldn't say it's in its infancy so much as it's almost in its tweens at this point.
Do I think video games are appreciated as art? I definitely think so. By the people who buy them and play them, absolutely. By a lot of people who still look at them as those are toys and distractions that kids do and it'll rot your brain. They obviously don't yet.
I think that the fact that games are like, I'll go to a dinner party and I'll be like, I work in games. Excuse me, I'm sorry for working in games. And the fact that we feel apologetic as an industry, because I think it's not taken seriously, really sucks and we need to fix it.
Games are art. I mean, art is in the eye of the beholder, and I've had emotional experiences playing video games. I literally shed a tear. I literally cried playing Shadow of the Colossus.
The facts are, we don't get to decide. Art isn't, art is not a self-defining business. It gets defined by other people, by the consumers, by the people who are moved by it.
Not everyone is going to see games as art, just like not everyone is going to look at a red square on a white canvas with a black dot in the middle of it and go, wow, that is art, man. That really says something to me.
I needed to get one of our pieces of art from our office framed. And it was a painting of Earthworm Jim, but it was a really gorgeous painting by one of our artists. And I took it into the gallery and said, can you frame this for me? And the guy literally was like, who did this? This is incredible. Far better than anything in the whole gallery, clearly. And this was just a piece of game art.
We're really right on the verge of finally winning the games as art argument. No matter how much Mr. Ebert seems to keep denying it, soon it's going to happen. Soon he's going to have to say, yeah, it's true.
I think what's cool about games today is that they have become so much more diverse than they were 10 years ago. And we do have games that are leading the way in terms of promoting games as an art form. But we also have games that really are all about pure fun. I mean, they're not trying to tell the next great story, and they're not trying to set the world on fire with their graphics, but they're pure fun.
A computer game, a video game is an engineering problem. And I think it's all laid out almost in dots and dashes, and they know what they've got to create. But there's a point at which the engineering problem translates into entertainment. And I think when they make that leap from the data to really engaging somebody's mind so they're entertained and forget about the passage of time, I think that leap is an art step.
I feel pretty passionate about believing that video games are a valid form of art. They're commercial art, but they are art. And I also would go further and say I think they're one of the most powerful forms of art, because you're the director of the experience, you're the actor at the center of the experience. You could also be the co-creator of the experience with user-generated content tools. What other forms of art allow you to do that?
For me, we're already there. It's not a case of will this be or is it? The answer is we're already there. And if anything, I think we're incredibly competitive.